Alrighty, hi. Grade 8 of 7 here, just gonna be an absolute weeb with my music taste in the background. Tonight, we're drawing, and also researching anime World War II stuff. The company behind it, specifically. It's only fair for AOT to be playing in the background of my mind. All day, every day. This is gonna be fun. So, the first thing I have to do is just use a square box for the head. Consistency with animation is hard to do, and I think many people kind of forget that aspect because storyboards. People say, no, no, screw consistency, but I'm gonna be honest, those people tend to be the worst. You didn't get the design Bible for nothing. So, let's get going. Shit, would I get copyright for that? Damn. Alright. I reckon someone else drop. Alrighty then. After I get the corrections out of the way and make sure that the timing works and also just some anatomy, I'm going to be doing some research on the company Media Vision. It's for Valkyria Chronicles. They're the people behind that. Chaos Rings 3 is pub created by that company, which is wild to me because they were published by Squeenix. But I need to do a lot more research, and I think it's only fair to do that research. But first, meme time. Which always is a good time. Oh shit, Ash is on fire. Her playing in the background. Nice. That'll do. Alright. There we go. Found the stinker. Alrighty. Yo, Lucky Bun. How are ya? How's your day been, Bun? I've seen you've been busy. How's the lawyering doing? Uh, there we go. Right there. Right there. That's good. That's good. Hey, keep up the good work. Third time's a charm, remember that. You got this. The worst enemy is self-doubt or something like that. Alright. That's looking a lot better now. Awesome! Absolute legend! Yeah, that is a lot better animation-wise. This part right here, is gonna be the funnest part to animate, personally. The amount of textures and BS I'm gonna put into that one. Might even have to make a new animation folder for that one. Alright. Ashes on Fire is such a goated OST song. Oh my god. Alright. It's time to put my money where my mouth is. Okay. So I actually lost a good chunk of my progress, but I think that was actually a blessing to disguise, personally. Because, yeah. The other day I had to... I am not the animation king. A lot of stuff has gotten a lot better recently. Like, I did not expect it to get this good. I'm just waiting for, like, God to say, no, no, you have it too good, Core. And then just immediately, like, drop a meteor on my head. Because of how good things have been recently. Um, yeah. Things are pretty good. Keep that head size consistent. I see you left a server that we were in. Kinda wild, but life happens. I see that your AU's also doing pretty good. Pretty glad about that. Like, your art's amazing, but don't anyone ever tell you otherwise. Don't focus on details so much, Core. Come on. Think of the big picture. Oh, darn. I'm sorry. God, tell me what happened and who I need to fight. No, no, let me fight. Let me fight. Your art is good. You are cool. You are Gucci. Heck yeah. You go there, bro. Can't wait to see that one. I have a feeling you left a lot of AUs. Tch, let me fight! Look, my art may be good, but your art is also good. Why can't two things mutually exist and be true? Alright, I'm gonna need to add a few more lines here. Yeah, that's proportions. They're important. I know I can do the squash and stretch, but also exaggeration is also a facet of reality many people just seem to not like a lot. So this would be the hip area. Yep. Right in that area. Come on. That's fair. I pretty much dropped out of the fandom. I just rejoined a few areas just to keep in contact with the friendos. Because they're cool peeps. I thought you would be, you know, there because you're also cool and friend. But hey, of course. No, I am not self deprecating. I'm saying you're cool. I'm cool. I know I'm cool. And you're awesome. Yeah, you gotta stop being cruel to yourself. The world's already cruel enough, as some say. Maybe cruel, but it's home, as Mikasa says. Beyond that, can't believe I am breaking my own rule here with anatomy. But what are you gonna do? This is actually a lot better anatomy-wise than I expected. Yeah. Yeah. They are? Huh, I thought... Huh, oh well. That's fair. Life's been happening to everyone. It's all been busy. Everyone has, like, school and stuff, and I gotta get ready for the Japan trip and all this other cool stuff. There. Alrighty. Let's go. Arm size. Proportions. Proportions. They're key. Darn. I thought there was gonna be more activity. Oh well. Guess all the servers are dead these days. Oh well. That just means new places to travel. Oh no, I swear to God, if it's gonna be a remake, or just, like, I hope it's a new project, because I really do support them. Like, the show's really good, it's just, oof, the fan base. Oh yeah. When you afraid you're gonna be harassed or like a sour tank? Because that's just inevitable with fandom culture these days, my dude. If you say anything like saying, SU is a pretty decent show, you're gonna be cancelled. It, it's really wild. But hey. Did someone just remix Frequent Dream into AOT's soundtrack? Huh. Someone's extra bass today. I'm listening to a soundtrack right now. Oh god, yeah. But hey, I'm just having fun here doing an OC animation based off a TikTok meme that I saw. Because, why not? It seems that Shorts is treating me very well for just shit posting, which is fine by me by all means. But the Hulk video I worked on actually pretty much went to die. Just no engagement. Nothing. Wasn't expected, but hey. I don't want a remake of SU. I genuinely do not want a remake of SU. Despite the animation, despite the drama, I think it had a perfectly fine ending, all things considered. I know many people say, no, it could have been done differently, but there's a word I like to bring up a lot that many more people need to realize, and that is people are in love with the idea of ideas and potential, meaning that when it's never executed like in their mind, they become super disappointed. So even if you get like something that is from the heavens themselves, like the Lord, Jesus, Buddha, and like every other religious figure on the planet approves of this piece of media, you're gonna get people who just instantly hated it because they built it up in their mind like the Tower of Babel, and like the Tower of Babel, it inevitably disappoints everyone and it falls, leading to just nothing but mm, bitterness in fandom spaces, which is why I'm against the hype culture around many things. Like, it may be good, but it may as also just be as bad. Or maybe it's just not as brilliant, and I think many people just need to have their expectations reined in. I don't want a remake of SU, but if people do want that, if Sugar wants to do that, I'm willing to respect that. I think that's an important thing to do, mainly. Meet the art where it's at. But that's just my take. Very lukewarm, but probably would get me canceled on Twitter take. Which is why I don't have Twitter. Beyond that spiciness, I'm just having fun with things. And I hope you have fun with things too. Best thing you can ever do is be a fair weather friend when it comes to fan bases. The moment the good artists leave, the moment everything goes spicy and AWOL, run. Take like 5 to 10 people with you, and that's it. Hi, new person. Just doing an animation for the TikToks, aka the cursed app that made Vine realize that it should have paid its user base. Yeah, like, that's legit the reason why Vine died, because they didn't pay their creators fairly. Right there. Right there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Lines are for hands. Alrighty. Right. There's a thing in animation that many people forget to avoid. The difference between squash and stretch is for in squash and stretch, you can do that in the in between frame. So, like, right here would be a keyframe. Like, just right here is a keyframe. Right here, keyframe. These two areas, three, those are in betweens where squash and stretch can be accounted for. But keyframes are the ones where it has to be pose to pose and making sure that everything's consistent. But what I want to do is make sure that I don't accidentally overshoot it too far, which I know is a common thing for animation fans to call out. And also, number two, flip the canvas. It saves lives. I know so many people hate flipping the canvas, and I don't get why. Like, the first few times, yeah, your art looks bad, but after that, it actually looks a lot more consistent and in line with things. Like, look at that. It accounts for, like, mistakes and such. See? And that's an important thing to do. Swallow your pride, flip the canvas. Like, if you want to go pro with your art, at least. If not, that's fine. Everyone got their own deal. Well, but, like, if you just want to make your art look pretty or whatever, that's also okay. Alright, this is where the hand starts. See, this is why I can't draw hands sometimes. Oh well. There. When in doubt, use triangles. Doesn't have to be a perfect hand just yet. Oh, there we go. Right there. Why do you wait? There's like a. I know people are talking about how Flip a Clip on mobile is pretty much outed because of IBIS Paint getting a mobile feature now, but I'm just gonna say it. Rough Animator on the iPhone and Android is 10 times better and was only $5 comparatively. USD specifically. Like, everyone slept on Rough Animator, which is a superior animation app, and also LumaFusion, which is like extremely cheap comparatively. Like, you get a full animation software more or less with like raster layers and audio, hmm, but like no rigging. But like again, this is for people who are just starting out in animation and experts. You can actually import PNG backgrounds and stuff without a limit in your layers or your frame rate, like flip a clip. No ads, no built-in BS, just get going with the art and you'll be good. I wish more people knew about Rough Animator, but they didn't. Also, Procreate has a bad habit of messing up very important features. Like, I used to do all my art on Procreate back before 2020. So, like, when the pandemic happened, I got a bailout and from old Joe who we bought in, and I ended up getting a laptop as the bailout thing because I was living with my folks, still am, and I was able to get that money. I mean, it was filed under taxes and all that. Don't worry, no federal offenses were committed that day, sadly. Yeah, but also again, you gotta count for conversion. My whole entire commission for you was legit feeding you for a day, I think. Remember that? You got a meal out of it. Again, buying power is accounted for. Yeah. Um, that's the funny thing about Rough Animator comparatively. See, Procreate likes to have these bells, whistles, and UI stuff, which look pretty, but it's not as useful as you would think. For most artists, they are actually engaged in illustrative processes and such, but it's deviated more into weird pseudo animated illustrations and AI adjacent illustrations. It's really weird, and also I don't trust Procreate by virtue of being associated with a big tech company, because that's always going to be a nightmare. Nice. What do you have again? I think Clip Studio could have dominated the iPad market if they didn't have the freaking subscription service for iOS and Android users to have. Like, legit, you had to pay like 14 bucks a month USD to have the ability to save on iOS and all the features of Clip Studio Paint at your fingertips. There was no like standard license or pro license, so it's really wild to me that people were like okay with this. Mobile users are cracked when it comes to the art, and probably not in a good way. They will settle for anything because it looks cheap, despite having a pay to win subscription service. Oof. I used Procreate before I got free from it. Back in 2021, I got Clip Studio Paint, which is what I'm using, EX, which is a one-time purchase of 200 USD, and it also goes on sale constantly. The reason why I dropped Procreate is because after so many updates, it completely screwed over my color picker, my UI, everything. It just went to die. And that's a problem. Because I had a whole entire save file and everything. It claims to autosave. No, every update I would lose a good chunk of my files and my palettes. And I had a pretty state-of-the-art iPad, like the 2018 iPad. So like for a good 3 years it was gone. Hi new person. So yeah, when it comes to Procreate, it and I do not have a good history. Like the community's great. I will give it that. Like the brushes, the packs, everything about the community is amazing. But the problem is, Procreate's been deviating away from like practical art features that most artists would use to more pseudo 3D art and ARG art, as I would call it. And I didn't like these changes, so when I got Clip Studio Paint, I never looked back. Also, the stabilization feature constantly changes. Sometimes it's really good to very bad. God. I know people say I sound like Super Butter Buns, but it's still wild to hear my own voice and inflection sometimes compared to that gal. She's amazing. 10 out of 10 would recommend that channel if you like video game essays. Oh, definitely. I had to use like Dropbox and iCloud. And for $5 a month to save my files when I could just save it for free on my laptop, which is just a mid-range laptop. Like, again, the total price back then was like $1,000, but I think it's dropped down to 900 because deflation be like that. Let's see, sometimes you just... This is why you double check your animation, just in case it gets off model. I will say, people who have used Flip-a-Clip have been scammed by Flip-a-Clip in my experience. I used it once, not a good app. Like, at all. Not saying that people who use it are, like, bad artists, God no. I'm saying it's a bad art program. Big difference. It's kind of like MS Paint. Like, it's cool, but it's not that cool. And it kinda sucks the life out of you when trying to use it after being spoiled by a good art program. Hmm. Like, I've seen some god tier animations from Flip-a-Clip users, so again, it's not really the tool that matters to the artist, but how the artist uses it. But again, if you're starting out, I would recommend like something more like Rough Animator. Or even Procreate or Ibis Paint, because yeah. Oh well. Alrighty. Alright, this is gonna be fun. Right there. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just have to be human enough. This is gonna be a pain. Alrighty. Once I get all the anatomy, like this little blob man right here, this little guy finished up, we're gonna be researching microtransactions, microtransactions, microtransactions. I think that's how it works. Like, I remember seeing, like, so many freaking ads. At least with Ibis Paint, you just gotta see, like, 1 or 2 ads a day, or even a week, and then you get a full suite, and then you just move on with your life. And then you continually do that. But there's, like, that's the only penalty for not buying, like, $5 to $10 for an art software. that can be combined with Clip Studio Paint. It's really weird to me. Alrighty, this'll be the pay. In betweens. Oh yeah, I forgot about this OST. Alrighty. Right there. Never ever try to stick too close to the sheep, but again, this is important. Right there. How's your day been, as Kizilla? I can't pronounce names for my life. Hmm. Alrighty then. And right there. Ah, nice. That's good on you, kiddo. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. If Toby Fox did an Attack on Titan cover or any kind of back catalog of Haruki no Sawano, oh my god, we would be based. We would live in paradise. All global conflicts gone. Everyone could agree. That would be like one of the best choices humanity's ever made. Uh, I'm just a big fan of orchestral tracks that are really bombastic. That's how we get global peace. Also, I wish you luck in school. Right there. The beauty of in-betweens. You can make everything kind of look like crap. Oh, I see what's going on. See? Lob anatomy. God, this music's so freaking beautiful. Oh my god, it feels like Silent Hill mixed with like... No, it's just Silent Hill. It's really good. Am I listening to Silent Hill on soundtrack again? Because holy crap, it's good. I recommend y'all look up horror game OSTs because oh my god, they're beautiful. Like just any horror movie, just any form of horror media, because the amount of piano and acoustics is insane. 10 out of 10. Would recommend The Spooks again. Speaking of which, Halloween's coming up. I need to start working on some horror posters for my OCs. Shit, I forgot. Forgot about it. So, if you guys have any prompts or an idea to what to draw, I would love to do so. Um, I'll be making that soon. May take a bit. And yes, this will be free. I also will credit y'all for the prompts because, again, credit is important. So, any idea's a good idea. There is no such thing as stupid ideas, just very badly executed ideas. What? Want me to draw Euroseas? Let me know. $5.99 per pop. But in all seriousness, I do really love drawing. Oh my god. Let me see. Oh my god. That's such Silent Hill energy. Of course it was Zeke's theme. Of course it was Zeke Yeager's theme. Of course it was. Bro's Silent Hilling it out here. He's haunted by the ghosts of his past. He's sad. Of course he would have the freaking Silent Hill OST theme going on in his brain. Of course he would. Okay, so that's not how fists work. Alright, I see where I'm going wrong. Alrighty. Diamonds, octagons, are fists. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Oh yeah, Freddy Krueger for me. I know he's the absolute worst, but that's what makes him great. I like the remake version a bit more when it comes to the horror impact, but OG Nightmare on Elm Street is where it's at. Like, it's so corny, campy, but the practical effects just work so well. 2000s horror movies are kind of visceral terror that I can't explain beyond the body horror, so again, it's like a feeling, you know? Like there's a genuine unease going on. It's not just the monsters that are terrifying, but the people, the protagonist, everything's so off, so wrong. And people back in my day when I was like growing up hated modern horror. It's always the same tried and true argument. Modern horror is bad. This genre sucks now. Hollywood's lost its spark. Which, I mean, it's always lost its spark, come on. But that's the beauty of horror. It ever changes. The ideas change. The people change. Our expectations change. And I like that. I think horror is one of the most versatile mediums slash genres to explore art with. And I think it's an underappreciated genre, all things considered. If YouTube actually he was okay with it, I would be streaming Sayonauta. Do not get the game if you are under 18. It is a bad idea, and it's one of those games slash storylines that just will give you like 5 flavors of existential dread because it's actual Lovecraft horror, like body horror, modern cosmological nightmare fuel. Not fish people, but like the core ethos of Lovecraft done right. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend if you are into that stuff. If you can handle Made in Abyss and are of age, then go get it. It's on Steam. It's not for everyone though. Again, if you're a minor, do not get Sayonauta. I cannot have that guilty conscience on my mind. I just like the game a lot. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's a good framing. Yeah, there's something off with the arms. Oh, I get why. It is too nubby and the chest is too big. I get why. There we go. This is why you use references. I'm gonna get some off of my ref folder for a sec, which is on my phone specifically, but you get it. When in doubt, use references. Even if you have to scroll for it a bit. There we go. There we go. There's the mistakes. Alrighty, I see. I see where it's... Okay, I see what happened here. The torsos was too long. Of course, I didn't count for that. See, this is why you double check, kiddos. This is why you always, always double check, because your torso and chest may be too big. See? There we go. Mm. See? Holy shit, yeah, my proportions were really off. Fun fact, the taller the character, the more legs they got for days. I know it sounds weird and counterintuitive, but it's important to bring up. Back in the day, my characters had stupidly long legs because I didn't understand proportions. But other times, characters I saw that were tall actually had too long of torsos. And this is because people kind of forget that torsos don't really change with height, only the limbs do. The arms are a little bit lankier, but all things considered, not as long. But the legs change when the character's taller. So my character here is 6'6". I don't know what that means in non-freedom units, so I can Google it, but like 158 centimeters approximately. Tall boy. And because of that, I find. See, I kind of forgot. Also gave the boy a bit too big of hips. He is not Garnet. He is not hot. So let's fix that. Move the arms a little bit. That may help. There we go. There we go. This is what works. Supermodel pose. Okay. Now I'm going to do something wild. I'm going to have to animate the mouth specifically. And I could be smart and just animate it on a separate layer just so I could get the. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. See this thing right here? It's called a vector layer. This is going to be a fun little guy. How about? Let me check something. Okay. The desktop noise won't blind your ears. Alright, got it. If. Okay. Alrighty then. Mm, there we go. There we go. Alrighty. Oh! You want to know who I'm drawing? Alright. I can give you that already. Here's this little goblin man. Sorry, I got super lost in the sauce. This, this, this boy is who I'm drawing. He is the absolute worst. And he is one of my main characters slash villains of the story I'm making. So, this is an OC. Right. God, this is such a beautiful soundtrack. I can't stop. He is the absolute worst, and I love him. Oh, I see. Okay. This is gonna be a pain, but hey. Yes, he is a villain. And I know if I made him in 2014 or even 2018, he would be a Tumblr sexy man. There is no workaround for this contract. If I'm going to sell my soul to the comic gods, it's just how it has to be. You know? A villain evil, why they hot? I don't know, Stacy. Tell me why Stalin looked hot as a youth. He got pretty privilege. Like, look up a picture of young Stalin and you'll figure out what I mean. Can't believe I had to say that, but in the words of that one meme, why you booing me? I am right. Oh, trust me. If I had my way, this bad boy would have his own prequel, but then again, I was like, no, no, I don't want him to be too sympathetic despite having a tragic backstory for the ages. I wanted to make him hateable enough. I know people will be like, oh, the villain had a point. I'm like, no! No, he didn't! He did not have a point! He's the absolute worst! Y'all just like him because he's hot! I know the kind of discourse points if I ever had a fandom for my OCs. Ooh. And the possibility terrifies me in a way that I don't know how to describe. If you know, you know. Like, I'm fine with sexy villains. I'm fine with villain protagonists, but the last thing I need to do is accidentally make Catcher in the Rye 2, but for weebs. If you know, I am sorry. Best way I can summarize this guy's characterization and core ethos. Oh, definitely. You guys would love Dionysus then. He is the true villain of the story. Like, one of the truest villains of the story. There is no sympathetic backbone in him. He's just an asshole. And the absolute worst. The best way I can describe Kurama's character arc slash journey is despite being free from imprisonment, he still is a slave to the system in a different, more meaningful way. Something something, despite understanding what true pain is, he never internalized the idea of peace. Something. I don't claim to be a deep, profound storyteller. I'm just making a story that my 12-year-old self would like. Because out of sheer annoyance slash hate for the Hunger Games franchise, because yes, that is what happened, I was like, no, no, the main characters who are teenagers would not conquer and overthrow the government that is totalitarian and the absolute worst. They would succumb to the system, and it would require that adults fix the problem. That's why my main characters are now in their 20s. I am not joking. That is like legit my villain origin story for like why I even made this story in the first place. I was so spiteful over the fact that there were goddamn ship wars in my middle school that involved the teachers and everyone, their mother. That I was like, you know what? I'll make Percy Jackson, but darker. And that is how you get pretty much Icarus Falls, which is which originally had the name Ultimatum. Oh god. Yes, my webcomic went through quite a few revisions, script rewriting, and name changes. Genocide isn't the answer. The answer is yes. He wants to wipe out the whole ass country. with all the people in it. Every last man, woman, and child gone. Like, he has a understandable motivation on this one. Like, there's a lot of effed up implications in my story. Like, what if humans had psychic powers and all the myths were true kind of deals? And like Kohei Horikoshi, I'm like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of world building and then, oh god, kill me. Oh no, it got real dark real fast. Basically, Bun, that's how repression AU ended up too. At first, I had a simple idea, and then I ran it off the rails. And that is how you write a fictional story. You just pray to God, ask yourself the questions. Would this involve horrific war crimes? And if the answer is yes, you keep on going. That's my storytelling process. Oh, God. Hmm. Local war criminal caught at a Denny's. Come on! Right, I forgot I had my mouse connected to the USB port. You know what? No, bad mouse. Okay, there we go. Look, if it doesn't have some flavor of horrifying reveal about the government being super evil despite the protagonist kind of side-eyeing it, then is it really my story to tell? No. No, it isn't my story. If the protagonists aren't terrible people, is it really that fun? No. Okay, I'm unplugging this one. There we go. That'll fix. I think my tablet's having a stroke. I think my tablet's having a seizure. Oh god, just a sec. What the hell's happening with my tablet? What is going on? Is the best question I can ask. What the? Okay. Stay put. Maybe my computer needs an update. Maybe it's a sign from the animation god to take a small break and do some research on media vision. What do y'all think? You want to see me do some interview and research crap? God, kill me. Okay, I'm gonna save up this file and reboot my tablet is the best way to describe it. Yep, there it is. There's the issue. My tablet needs to update its driver. I fucking caught it. Amazing, even. And that would require Windows updating it. I ain't playing by that, no. So, the solution is gonna be this. I'm going to save my file and switch out from drawing. To anyone who wanted to see me draw anime bullshit, I am sorry. My tablet needs to rest and be rebooted. And I'll do that after the stream. So again, okay. I'm going to switch my browser and get to a appropriate thing that isn't going to give me copyright violation. It just needs to restart. I know my Windows was updating. So I know that's a possibility that completely killed my tablet. And since that's the possibility, let me just get to... Of course. Add a window capture. Yep. I could have paused the stream, but if I'm gonna have to suffer through this nonsense, so do you. Because I am not a very courteous guy. Alrighty. There we go. I'm doing research on Chaos Rings 3. And this is the publisher, MediaVision, which is also known for Valkyria Rings, Valkyria Chronicles, and quite a few things like Wild Arms. They published a lot of crap. And they're like a ghost kitchen of developers, is the best way to describe it. Just, yeah, I gotta pause this one. I gotta actually think things through when doing the research. Alright. MediaVision Entertainment. There's not a lot to talk about when it comes to MediaVision, all things considered, but I need to go through the Wikipedia article first and see what I can find when it comes to the staff. So, Chaos Rings 3 was published by Squeenix, mainly. The first games, actually, were published by Squeenix. And they also have been doing the work for Sega, mainly, and they're a Japanese-based company, from what I can tell. Now, the founding must have been 1994 or 1992, because that's just how it be. 1993. Called it. Okay. It's still going. It is still going, it seems, but oof, it has not published a game since 2018. Alright, from what I can gather, it is a ghost kitchen. It's not the size it used to be. Oh god, okay, as a die-hard capitalist myself, I say it's a very bad business decision. Like, when it comes to the Unity situation, I have never used the engine at all. And that is important to say. So, for one thing, Unity is a game dev tool. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like Blender, it is a game dev tool. And the problem is, again, once you destroy the developers, you just destroyed the whole entire backbone of the gaming industry. There is no pretty way to put it around it. And since Unity wants to pretty much microtransact the hell and also retroactively charge developers who have made over $200,000 with their games, which sounds fair, but the indie devs, if you pop off, you're pretty much boned. Like this one guy who just made a moderately successful game on the Unity engine now has to pay $5.4 million retroactively in fees. Alrighty, so I can't translate this page. Oh boy. So, MediaVision's also hiring. That is not a good sign, all things considered. Its copyright is even... Oof. Oof, this is very out of date. This is not good. I already see the games. This is not good. They haven't published anything new since 2022. This company is pretty much dead in the water, all things considered. And its website is so poorly optimized, it lagged on my computer. Oh boy, this is not a good time. I'm gonna have to look through some articles and look at the production staff. Oh boy. So, the reason why can be speculated into two camps. The first one is that the CEO of Unity is the former CEO of EA slash Electronic Arts. And if you know that gaming company, then you know how infamous it got. The guy stepped up as the CEO of EA in 2007. It was kicked out in 2013 for being such a greedy little bastard. Again, there is already sources here. And because he's a greedy bastard with nothing but microtransactions on the brain, he decided, fuck it, I'm gonna dump all my shares right before the announcement. Also, the TOS for Unity changed a few days prior to the big announcement, so that means the company knew what the hell was going on. Yeah, they have a lot of spin off games. Okay, I see what their back catalog is. They're really good at what they do. Okay. Oh my god, they did Wild Arms? Huh, holy shit. Let's see what their first game is. Crime Crackers. Alrighty. Oh, I'm getting an idea. Okay. So they started off their stint in the PlayStation era. Yes, actually, that is a problem that happened. Because EA's reputation was in such hot water that even hot dogs could be boiled in it. And that's where the decline of EA was seen. Oof. Let's see what this news article says. Okay, this is a message board, so this may just be a lie. Digimon story. Wild Arms 6. Okay. I'm seeing what's going on. And because of this, it may be a situation of insider trading with the CEO of Unity. But there's also another theory that is just as valid and possible. See, Unity has a long history of being the thing that developers use for mobile games. And the free version, the personal version, is completely free. You get limited assets, but it's good enough to make a full ass video game on it and put it on like the iOS, Android, Google Play Store, whatever. Yeah, that's the thing. Every Unity developer, pretty much on the mobile market, is making fat stacks in Unity's eyes, in the shareholders' eyes. And this is also accounted for because there have been a few statements at press conferences that mention this. Again, this is just speculation, but either way, the problem is, even if this is the case because mobile developers are making fat stacks with the microtransaction BS, like Final Fantasy VII Reunion, like, oh my god, the Ever Crisis thing, oh my god. I played that game on a prior stream, guys, and it was a bad game. It was a bad game, and it was due to the microtransactions, so many of them that it crashed my phone. More realistic, my ass. Alright. High-end development experience with the Unreal Engine. Okay, that makes sense. Japanese game market first. So these are a few screenshots. Okay. I see what they're looking at, but nah, not a good idea. I do not think Media Vision's gonna make it to 2024. I'm just gonna say it outright. I do not think this developer is gonna make it past like the 2020s. Developers like these that publish games very rarely either make the highest quality stuff possible, or it ends up being a complete dumpster fire that everyone kind of likes, but is a cult classic. Regardless, on the Unity situation, it's possibly insider trading or just trying to pretty much shake the big microtransaction boys on mobile platforms. And either way, they're gonna piss off both sides. Because Squeenix is one of the biggest microtransaction hounds that uses Unity occasionally. They also use the Unreal Engine, but all things considered, if any person uses Unity, they're pretty much going to pull it from the stores and completely gut Unity shares and profit. So either the CEO makes a bucket ton of money and gets sued by the FTC, rightfully so, or it ends up being a downfall of Unity where they backpedal, but they completely destroy their trust in people. You know, people already are done with Unity because of this stunt. And unlike Clip Studio, which was just a simple mistranslation, because again, Japanese is a very hard language to do, Unity has no excuses. None whatsoever. They're an English based company. Alright, let's see. Production. Alrighty. Gravity Rush? Holy shit. Alright. Alright, I see. They have Devil Survivor. Oh, on the Nintendo 3DS. Okay. View all. Let's see. Is this really the truth? Okay, this seems a bit out of the way, but okay. Oh, I remember this game. Sonic Unleashed. Oof. Okay. Alright. Chaos Rings 3 is GOAT. Okay. So, now that I got a good summary of what Media Vision's about, let's see what the hell their deal is. Let's see. I know for certain when it comes to Chaos Rings 3, there probably was a shift in internal staff. Okay, the use is. Oh, that explains so much. He has an Instagram. Oh my god, he did the director of Final Fantasy 15. Oh my god. Okay. And 7 and 8 and 10. That explains so much with this we have Sora at home style. Oh my god, that explains so much. Okay, Japanese video game art director who worked for Square Enix. Square. Taipan is a Tokyo Bay. Okay, he had a freelance career with Chaos Rings 3, I think. Okay, he was an art supervisor. Oh my god, okay. He was a character designer on board when it came to the Chaos Rings stuff, but that is in 3 specifically. Okay. That is pretty cool to see. I know this is boring research, but it's still fun to understand more, for me at least. Okay. I need to look up the production line for these guys. I normally don't care much about the behind the scenes work when it comes to JRPGs because truth is 95% of it is pretty much a mixture. It is a mixture of pretty much the same game developers and game designers across franchises, and even with freelance work on the way. Assets. Okay. So Squeenix decided to. Oh my god! Okay, I see what's going on. They have a whole ass thing right here. Okay. That's really cool. Alright. Well, I think it is a good time to set up shop here and close it down. I'm going to do a lot more research and finish up the animation by Friday. I hope to see y'all on Friday, by the way. Thank you for watching.